Hey socialites, welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm Ariell. I do mainly beauty videos, fragrance, and lifestyle. So if those are the type of videos you enjoy, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and come join the family. So in today's video, we'll be talking about some of the most longest lasting makeup products in my collection. These are going to be the products that I feel like is perfect for summertime, especially for someone with normal to combo skin or oily skin. And some of these products would actually work for my dry skin girlies as well, but I have sort of that normal to combo skin type. Now I do have quite a few products, so grab a snack, get comfortable, and if you want to see the products that I have in my collection that are the most long lasting, then keep on watching. So we're going to start off with moisturizer. You guys hear me talk about this on almost every single video, especially tutorials. This is the Clinique Moisture Surge 100 Hour moisturizer. It's one of the more gel-like moisturizers, and I like it because you need a moisturizer. Whether you're oily, normal, dry, you need a moisturizer. If you have oily skin and you don't moisturize, it's telling your body to produce more oil, believe it or not. But I find that this one is lightweight and it absorbs into the skin fairly quickly, but then keeps you hydrated. So it's perfect for underneath makeup any season. So let's talk about primers. So the first one I want to talk about, which is my favorite, I use this on probably every other makeup tutorial, and this is the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Primer. Now this is the liquid form because they do have it in like a putty form that's like a true putty that's in a jar, but this is what it looks like. As you blend it in, it starts to feel a little bit more dry and putty-like. For me, it does keep me matte, helps my makeup to last a little bit longer throughout the day, and it's perfect for my skin type. I have sort of that normal to combo skin, and it doesn't get too dry, but then it's perfect to keep me dry, if that makes sense. So moving on to the Caliray So Blown Primer. This is another one that's sort of similar to the e.l.f. putty. It's similar in the way that it works on the skin, but this is one of those more almost like gel-like, but similarly to the putty one, as you blend it in, it starts to become a little bit more dry and look a little bit more matte on the skin. But it's another one that I find is great for oil controlling on me. Now, if you have dry skin, this one might be a little bit too powerful and make you look a little too dry. So I probably wouldn't recommend this one if you have dry skin, but if you have normal combo or even oily skin, this one is great. So this one's different than the first two I talked about. This is the MAC Studio Radiance Primer, and this is one of my favorite primers. It is excellent. I love it. But it's unique from the first two I talked about because this one is the Moisturizing Illuminating Silky Primer. So it gives you more of a luminous, plushy look to the skin. So even if you have like a matte foundation, it would sort of turn that foundation to not looking as matte. This one is more lotion-like than the other ones, and when you blend it in, it's almost like putting a lotion on your skin, and it leaves this same luminosity. But with this, even though it's illuminating, I find that it helps my makeup to last longer throughout the day. So even though it's not super mattifying, I can still wear this in summertime. My makeup lasts longer and it gives me a different look, which is a more luminous look. I like this for summertime, and I also like it for wintertime as well. But I think this would be a good one, especially if you have dry skin for the summer. Now, this one is one that you guys never really see me use. Now, I probably have to go to the hottest climate on earth to put this on, and this is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Balm. Now, it's clear you know, like it's a clear product. And the shade of this is universal because this actually comes in every skin tone, where you can use it just as a complexion product, like as your foundation. So it feels sort of balmy or creamy, but more so like a balm, almost like a lip balm. But then it dries matte on your skin, and the longer you have it on, it gets even more matte. So it does an excellent job at oil control and mattifying. I recommend this for somebody who has straight up oily skin. It's the best on the market. It really, really is. Now, I can't use this because I'm normal to combo, and I find that with this it's too dry for me, but the oily skin girlies love it, and I highly recommend it for oily skin or combo to oily. Next product I want to talk about is not necessarily a primer, but it's a sunscreen. This is the Supergoop Glow Screen. This is a smaller one. I do have the bigger size I picked up during the last Sephora sale. Now this has SPF of 40 and it's in the shade Golden Hour. So it has a slight golden tint to it. Supergoop just makes good sunscreen products in general, but the cool thing about this is not only does it give you that sort of luminous golden finish to the skin. Let me show you guys. So it leaves like a golden hue to the skin through certain makeup products, but it also mattifies, and I feel like that's something that people don't talk about a lot when they talk about the Supergoop glow screens, is that it mattifies. So the longer you have your makeup on, it does help to control that oil somewhat. Perfect for the summer. So moving on to foundations and sort of like those skin tint type products, I have the most of these type of products on the list, so I'm gonna try to go fast because it's quite a few. The first I want to talk about is the Lancome Tinted Ardell Ultra Wear Care and Glow Foundation, which is like one of my top probably 3 favorite foundations that I own. This is one that gives you like a soft matte look. It does have a little bit of sunscreen, and it has SPF 27 in it, and it does have those sort of kind of like anti-aging ingredients in it that plumps, so it gives you a more youthful appearance as well, but I find it to be very long lasting. Next up is Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation. This is another one that's like in my top 3 favorites. Now this one is that full coverage glam look. If you use a little bit, you could get an everyday look out of it, but I do want to add too that the Lancome Care and Glow, this is an everyday foundation where you won't look too made up, but you will look perfected. This one is a little bit more glam, super long lasting. So if I'm going to an event where I have to do my makeup sort of early, or where if I'm at an event or something where I know I'm going to be there for hours, like an all day thing or an all night thing, this is the one I'm going to pull for. Medium to full coverage, really nice, very long lasting. Next is a foundation that I hardly wear anymore, but it is excellent. Comment down below if you've tried the Rare Beauty foundation. Such a unique packaging in that it has a doe foot applicator to apply. I love products that have doe foot applicators, by the way, especially foundations. I like pumps too, but doe foots to me is just less mess. But this is a really good medium to full coverage. Definitely get full coverage, soft matte finish, but very, very long lasting. This was my go-to for like a year or 2, you guys. I don't reach for it as much anymore, only because there's so much other new things out, but this is a good one, and it was like my staple foundation that I used to take on trips with me because the packaging was so secure. And the last actual foundation is going to be the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. This is the soft matte foundation. This was her original foundation. Very long lasting. This is another product that gives you that glam, full coverage glam, but it's matte and super long wearing. Now I have one drugstore foundation on here, and it's the Revlon Color Stay 24 Hour Long Wear Makeup. So Revlon Color Stay foundation was probably my first like holy grail foundation, where when I would run out of a bottle, I would get another one like that. I bought so many I can't even count it. For years, this was my go-to. Now they've reformulated it and made it long wearing, but it was For me, the original formula was already long wearing, but since I stopped wearing it, they've come out with this version, and I find this to be very long wearing as well, and it also gives you a soft matte finish. It's a nice foundation. Let's talk about the IT Cosmetics CC cream. Now this is a CC cream that really does look like a full coverage foundation. You could get glam out of this. I'm actually wearing it today, by the way, so you could get glam with this, or using a little bit less, you could get an everyday look. But it has SPF 50 in it. It has almost like it's creamy, but then at the same time, it's almost like a mousse-like consistency to it. The color matches me so great, y'all. I have the color Rich Honey, by the way, but this is long wearing. This is the foundation that I wear in the summertime when I go to like festivals or like outside events, or like when if I want to wear just a little bit of makeup and we're going to like theme parks in the summertime with the kids or the zoo, because I can get that coverage, but I can get protection at the same time, and it's very, very long lasting. This is actually the foundation that I wear to the rodeo every year, so highly recommend this one. Oh, and this one has the anti-aging in it as well. I think is it the niacinamide that does the plumping? Don't quote me on that, but there's ingredients in this similar to the Lancome Care and Glow that has that little bit of that plumping in there that gives you a more youthful appearance. So these two sort of look similar on the skin. Next is one of my most flawless skin tints I have, and this is the Too Faced Born This Way Healthy Glow skin tint. It does have SPF 30 in this one. It's a liquid foundation that's not as thick as the other ones that I've showed you, but a really nice finish. This is one that performs like a full coverage foundation, so you get that glam look. Really beautiful product. I think it's highly slept on. Enough people don't talk about it, but this is gorgeous. It has watermelon, apple extracts in here. It has hyaluronic acid. This one gives you a youthful appearance as well. Beautiful. If I was to sum this one up in one word, I would say beautiful, because it's gorgeous on the skin. This one lasts me about 6 hours plus, so that's why I wanted to put this on today's video, because I never really need my makeup to last more than 6 hours, but I think like 6 to 8 hours with this. Beautiful and long lasting with SPF 30 protection. Now this is one that I don't wear enough. It's just because I have so many different products that I use, but this is the Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow Tinted Moisturizer. This was super viral in 2023. Beautiful on the skin, you guys. Now this one is thicker. Yeah, so this one is gonna be thicker than Born This Way. Just as long lasting as the Born This Way. This one gives you almost like a soft matte slash satiny finish to the skin that's really gorgeous. It plumps a little bit too, and it has SPF 25, but I find that this one lasts me all day long. Perfect for the summer. And this is one that gives me about a medium-ish coverage. Okay, so the next skin tint is my most worn skin tint in my collection, and it is the Fenty Eaze Drop skin tint. Now this is the liquid one. Since then they have another Eaze Drop skin tint that's in a stick form, but this is my most worn, you guys. It's a liquid, almost like a foundation. You can get medium to full coverage out of this, and it has like a natural skin finish, very natural looking on the skin. This is excellent. I love it. At first I couldn't really pinpoint why I picked this up so much, and it's because it gives you such a natural look to the skin. It evens and perfects your skin without being too heavy at all. You get the best of both worlds with coverage. I really like this one, and I reach for it quite often. So keeping that same Fenty energy, let's talk about the new Fenty Skin Hydro Visor Tinted Moisturizer. So I think this is their latest skincare slash complexion product that they released. I got the color 6, but 7 works for me, really good good as well. I could do 6 or 7. Super long lasting. This is even more long lasting than the Eaze drop. With this, you get more of like that medium, like light to medium coverage with it sort of sheer-ish. For like a tinted moisturizer, if you're just trying to even out the skin tone and give yourself some protection, this will work just fine, y'all. It does have zinc oxide, 15.5% of that. It has sunscreen in it as well at a SPF of 30. I really like this one. So I know this video is kind of long. Leave a heart emoji in the comments if you're still here. So I have one concealer on the lid, well, 2. You gotta put the Naked Quickie concealer on here. This is a really good full coverage concealer. The reason why I don't wear this as often is because this is glamorous. This is when you want to be beat for the gods. This is when you're going somewhere and you want that full coverage glam. That's what this gives you. But it is super long lasting. It's quick drying, so I recommend applying it in one area, blending first before you move on to the other area, because that's how quick it dries. But it's very, very long lasting. And also the e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer. Now I have this in several different colors. I actually like this so much that I used to use it on clients when I was doing clients heavy, because that's how good it is and that's how long lasting it is, and that's what you need. So they do have the 16-hour camo and they have the hydrating one. The camo one is this one, which lasts a lot longer. Really good, long lasting, smooth product that doesn't crease that much under eyes. Now for blush, I only want to talk about one blush, and that is the Danessa Yummy Skin. Now I only have this in one shade. I really should get it in more shades. This one's the orange one in the shade Golden Hour, which is beautiful. A lot of Danessa products has Upsolite in there, which helps your makeup to get even more matte the longer you have it on. And blush is one of those products that usually wears off first before anything else other than like a lip. And so she has ingredients in here to help this last all day long, and it really does. It is excellent. And I also have the Danessa Lowlight. So it's kind of like a highlighter, but a more understated one. This one's in the shade Low Key, and so it's something that you could put at the top of your cheekbone, similar to a highlight, but it's not super bright, but it's really pretty at the same time, and this is very long lasting as well. So I do have a couple of brow gels on the list. 2 of them are kind of new to me, but this one I've been using for like a year now, since it first came out, and it is the Ardell brow glue, you guys. Best of the best of the best. It's like a drugstore product you can get for like $5 or $6 at Walmart, but this holds your brows in if you like that sort of laminated brow look where you can see each hair. This is really good and your brows will not budge. And about a month or so ago, when I did my affordable makeup May, I got introduced to Gots to Be Glued brow gel, and similar to the Ardell brow gel, it lasts all day long, but the difference is this one, when it dries, you almost have like a shine to the brow, like you would with like gel in your hair. You know how it dries and leaves that shine. It does that with the brows, which I'm not crazy about, but the way it keeps your brows in place all day long, I love. And last is the newest one I've tried. I recently picked this up and tried it for the first time, and it's great, y'all. It's actually from e.l.f. This is e.l.f.'s newest brow product, which is their brow laminating gel. Really good, long lasting. It doesn't leave a white cast at all. It's basically invisible, but it locks in those brows and it stays all day long. So next, let's talk about some lip products, and this is the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte. Now this one does come in several different colors. This one's actually in the shade Bombshell, which is like a rosy mauve shade, but my go-to was a shade called Crushed, which they don't make anymore, and Huda really needs to bring Crushed back. It was like my go-to for brides. I used to use this lip product for brides faithfully, especially Crush. Like, so many of my clients even wanted to know what the name was, so I hope she brings that back. But very long lasting. It gives you a matte finish to the lip, so if you want a sheen or something, you'll have to go over with gloss, but you guys, so long lasting and smooth on the lip. And next up is the Givenchy lip colors, and this one's actually in the shade 15, and it's another one of those rosy mauve shades. This one's a lot more mousse-like and a little bit more comfortable. Even though the Huda Beauty one is comfortable, this gives just an extra softness to the lips. And next is one of my most worn as well, and this is the Sephora collection lip stain. This one's in the shade 01, which is, like, as you can see, a poppin' red. Very long lasting and super bold. Now, I have these in several colors, probably like 8 to 10 different colors, and they're all equally as long lasting. Ultra matte though, so if you're not a fan of ultra matte, you may not like this one, but I really enjoy these any season, especially the red shades. I did want to throw a MAC lip gloss in here, and this is just an ultra shine lip gloss. Now, I have these MAC lip glosses in several colors, and I've been buying these longer than probably any of the lip products that I'm talking about today. This one's in the shade Spite, which, y'all, this is an iconic shade, like a darker nude. Really pretty, but the lip glasses, they're for somebody who likes a high shine to the lip but want it to be long lasting. Now, it's the old school formula. Like, this is the new packaging and the newer formula, but old school formula in that it is that sticky, thick formula. Some people don't like that type of formula anymore. I feel like a lot of brands are getting away from that thick, sticky formula, but this is that, but it's really good and very long lasting. Now, Sephora collection also has a lip gloss that's very long lasting, and this is thick as well, and this is their plumping gloss. So this is gonna have that sort of minty feel to the lip. It's thick as well, but it's not as sticky as like the MAC lip glass, but it's super long lasting. You got something about the thickness of it, sort of like the MAC one, helps it to stay on a very long time. So if you like that shine and that smooth lip without creases, then this is it. And the price point is excellent on this one. Now, I did want to throw a few lip oils in there, although we know with lip oils, you're gonna have to reapply, especially if you eat. There's no way around that, but are more long lasting than the other ones in my collection. This one is the Dior Lip Glow Oil. Now, you can put this on. If you don't touch your lip, it's gonna stay on there. The e.l.f. one, which some people call like a dupe for the Dior one, this one is similar in performance to the Dior. So last, let's talk about setting sprays or finishing sprays. So first up is the regular MAC Fix Plus spray, and I don't have the regular Fix Plus spray. I have a couple of the variations of the Fix Plus spray, which are really good, but they leave a different type of finish to the skin, which I find best for like winter months. But the original MAC Fix Plus spray, it really helps the makeup to lock in and last all day long. It's like the OG for me. It was like the first setting spray that I got and repurchased over and over and over. In fact, the MAC Fix Plus spray, I used that for years before I ever tried anything different, even used it on my clients. So moving on to the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Spray. Really love this. This is probably like in my top 2 favorite setting sprays. Long lasting, helps your makeup to last longer throughout the day, and I think it works really good for oily skin as well. Some of the dry skin girlies say that they can use it, but then some of the dry skin girlies say that it's too matte or too dry for them, but I really like it. It's one of my go-tos. And this is probably the most oil controlling setting spray that I have in my collection, and this is the LYS Natural Finish Spray. It blurs, it mattifies, and it sets. Really good. This is one of those sprays that if you find your makeup starting to get shiny throughout the day, you can mist yourself with this and it will instantly mattify. But again, somebody with the dry skin, this may be too mattifying for you. Now, I talked about this setting spray on my summer makeup routine video, And this is the Caliray Surf Proof Setting Spray. Now, I put this on here because I hear so many of the girlies saying this is excellent. It helps their makeup to last a lot longer throughout the day. I hadn't really had that experience, you guys, but I'm like, am I not testing it enough? But so many people say it that I wanted to add it on the list because this may be an option for some people. So comment down below if you've tried this and if you would recommend it for oily skin. And the last setting spray and the last product that we're going to talk about today is the Milani Make It Last. This is their original 16-hour finishing spray. Now, this is something that's been on a lot of people's favorite list for years, and this is like an OG for a lot of people. But I tried this for the first time during Affordable Makeup May, and it says 16-hour on here, and y'all, this is about what it's giving. Helps your makeup to last a lot longer throughout the day. Gives a beautiful fit, like helps your makeup to really, you know, melt into the skin and get that nice finish. I find it similar to my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Spray. And this Make It Last spray from Milani also has a version of their finishing spray that has SPF in it, and it's in one of my purses. I keep it in my purse, but I've been using that since May as well, and I really like it. So that's it for this video. Hopefully it wasn't too long for you guys. Comment down below, let me know, did you enjoy the video, number one, and what are some products that you recommend using in the summertime? So everything I mentioned today, including the shades I wear, I'll have linked in the description box, so be sure to check that out. If you're new here, welcome. I would love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. 'Cause I've been where you are. You're too scared to show me love. 'Cause too fresh with the scars. Well, I don't have the answers.